Stacey, more than 100 years ago, they led the U.S. into World War I. They were the most celebrated African-American regiment, hailed as heroes by a country that denied them basic rights. Yet their bravery stood as a rebuke to racism. And now a local congressman is pushing to give the Harlem Hellfighters a special honor. Here's News 4's Long Island reporter Greg Sergel.
The Willett sisters' family history is a chapter of American history. But until recently, not even they knew the full story, a story of courage and racism.
The fact that 100 years later, they're being remembered, it's just surreal.
During World War I, the Willett's grandfather, Leander, was a member of the U.S. Army's 369th Infantry Regiment, an all-black unit that came to be known as the Harlem Hellfighters.
The 369th compiled a war record equal to any other U.S. infantry regiment.
This U.S. Army video celebrates the decorated unit. The Hellfighters logged more time in combat than any other Americans. But they did their fighting alongside French troops wearing French helmets. White American troops refused to serve with them.
They were trying to become part of what was called the Rainbow Unit. They were told that black is not a color of the rainbow.
Glen Cove's North Shore Historic Museum used a recent exhibit to tell the Hellfighters' story. More than 40 of the unit's members hailed from Long Island.
These men deserve the due rewards for what they did.
High school junior Dominic Williams is part of a Glen Cove group that's been demanding even wider recognition for the soldiers the French called the Men of Bronze.
It's never too late to do the right thing.
The right thing for Long Island Congressman Swazi was to propose a bill to honor the Hellfighters with a Congressional Gold Medal. And last week, Swazi surprised the Willett family with a Purple Heart for their family patriarch, who was wounded in combat more than 100 years ago. The Hellfighters supporters say it shouldn't end there. They want a monument here in Glen Cove and an annual day for all of New York to honor these heroes.
And recognize that despite this discrimination, so many individuals did so much for our country.
That's the proudest thing, I think, is the history and the foundation that they laid for all of us.
Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
One more thing to note, the Hellfighters regimental band credited with introducing jazz to the Europeans. Quite a story of the Harlem Hellfighters.
Long overdue, and it's nice to see young people like Dominic getting involved and learning more about this too.
It really is. With that, we will now turn